So after all this work, I think Coach may have finally solved the Browns' quarterback woes. Okay, he does not believe it's Bailey Zappi. Not that Bailey Zappi couldn't clear waivers and land back on the practice squad, blah, 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 blah. There's just an option I considered a while back that now, once things have progressed, looks a lot more suspicious and probable. Okay? So I love that they're just completely ripping the Browns here, released by AFC Cellar Dweller. Jeez, did not play in a game for the Browns. Yeah, the Browns didn't even pump up his market value, anything like that. Love this. Former draft bust quarterback Bailey Zappi is not available. He hasn't even been in the league that long, dude. He was like a low draft pick, like fourth rounder or something. Ex Chiefs quarterback now available again after being swiped from Kansas City. So they're saying the Chiefs might sign him back. Um, Zappi might be a curse, but let's see. It says, oh yeah, like they had already Kansas City had already dropped the quarterback they have now once and signed Zappi, so it's perfectly plausible they might just take him back. If that happens, no big deal. Thought it's very interesting. Aiden O'Connell had a career day in Kansas City. A guy I decided to keep my eye on this season as one of the very few quarterbacks to watch. Sincerely, there's not a long list at all. We're pretty much hitting them all in this video. Okay, Malik Willis. Coach was very, very fond of Malik. We haven't gone into the coincidences, but the connections with him and Hendon are literally insane. I want for all. I'm gonna do a big video on it, at least a really good one. I don't know how long, but uh, I've wanted since I found out that it was Hendon gonna do it for the Lions like last January. I've wanted him to face Malik Willis, but I couldn't figure out how because he was like on the Titans and stuff. But now that he's on the Packers, they're saying it could solve the Packers' red zone woes. He's already won some games for the Packers. That's what I've wanted for a while. I just haven't really had time to explain all the reasons why. But this is one of the most interesting narratives of the entire season. We've had to spend so much time on the Browns, but that's the big Lions one we're gonna get is Malik Willis versus Hendon. I want to see that in the playoffs. Let's see. Most consecutive pass completions. Oh, this is okay. Sorry. So this is Ryan Tannehill. Okay, Ryan Tannehill was drafted by the Dolphins. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pull his wiki. 36 years old. Okay, the Browns had success with a veteran quarterback last year, Joe Flacco, right? Who's now in the Colts sucking it up. Tannehill is 6'4". We like the 64 coding. Not much with like the birthday. I mean, except 666 for 36. It could totally be a losing quarterback thing, right? He played for Texas A&M, but he happened to be selected by the Dolphins, so he got a little Miami connection there. That's just enough to make me think maybe. Um, he was comeback player of the year in 2019, Pro Bowl in 2019, NFL passing rate earlier in 2019. Nothing like overly inspiring to me. Let's see. They came started midway through the season and led the team to the AFC Championship game. Yeah, you know what I mean. So but it's more like the narrative stuff now. I definitely want to show. Here, we'll get back over the pictures. So here's like love that he's tied with Nick Foles, right? We want him to be able to make a Super Bowl as a backup quarterback. We know Hendon's the real Nick Foles, but they're at least showing you this guy. He's got the longest rush by a quarterback in Dolphins franchise history. I know he's 36, but that's definitely somewhat inspiring. He can probably get you some yards on the ground if he has to. Let's see. Most passing attempts by a rookie in their franchise history. So that means that they, one, don't start rookies. But two, it shows he's been throwing a lot like his entire career. He's always been tested. It's the Titans franchise record for passing rating. Yeah, I like this guy. Yeah, fuck Bailey Zappi. I want Tannehill. Now, I thought he held the ball too long, too. I'm going to have to look up the analytics, but I could have sworn this was also a guy who takes too long to throw the fucking ball. But, let's see. He's a Christian. He writes Bible verses with signing autographs. He planned to become an orthopedic surgeon. So, like, this dude's a fucking genius. He's got a bachelor's in biology. Has his own charitable foundation, achieving community and education success. Okay, my cause, my cleats, all that sort of stuff. He doesn't. He does want to return to the field, but if he's going to play, he wants it to be for a team where he'd be able to play the entire season. So he's not down with being like a spot starter. Like, you're not going to put me on the field and then have Tua come take my job. Like, if I'm your quarterback, I'm your quarterback. Like, I'm not playing backup, essentially, right? So he has no rest to the return of the field. Let's see. The Dolphins should just call Ryan Tannehill already as their season teeters on quarterback instability. So the Dolphins have been riding out Tua, which is a mistake. They should have signed Tannehill. They'd be fine. Sincerely, that's the narrative there. But Tannehill, they're going to watch Tannehill get signed by the Browns. He's going to beat the Dolphins. One of the second last game of the season, something like that, right? Head to head. But yeah, he needs the perfect opportunity. What's a better opportunity? What's less dangerous to lose your job to than a team that has two people who have committed assault and been convicted at quarterback? One's got an Achilles tear. This team's won 3 combined games, 12 weeks into the season, 13 weeks into the season, right? It's literally unbelievable. This has to be what it is. So coach is all in on the he's starting up the Ryan Tannehill bandwagon. I certainly don't think I'm the first to. I think there's been a bunch of people wanting Ryan Tannehill for all sorts of teams this year, but I'm the one telling you for sure he is a Brownie. We welcome him with open arms. Get that Miami connection going with Ken Dorsey. I know they didn't go to the same college, but they got some weird Miami roots, and we're gonna smack the Dolphins up. I can't wait to see Ryan Tannehill versus Tua. That's going to be very exciting. And Ryan Tannehill's just going to get over. We're going to need to learn a lot more about this guy.